Hey y'all, I'm talking a little bit low because my daughter's asleep in the other room. That's why you guys are so close to my face, but you guys are always close to my face. You're close to my heart. I'm happy to be here with y'all. I'm happy y'all are here with me. Are we close enough? Can you hear me? Ooh, I look good though. But hey y'all, what is up? Welcome. I need to make more videos, but I usually make them while my daughter's sleeping. But I've also been preparing for hibernation recently, so I haven't been making too many videos because that's been my main thing right now. And we're gonna talk a little bit about that. And there's no structure to this video, but as you know, this is the Life Unstructured, and we live this life, and this is what we do. The topic of this video is hibernation, and we are walking into hibernation season as we're coming up on the fall, and the first day of fall I think is actually tomorrow. September 23rd, I believe, is the first day of fall. And so hopefully, if I don't have to edit this video too much, this video will be up today so that you can view it tomorrow, or you can view it on the first day of fall, and maybe it'll be up on the first day of fall. So with that being said, happy fall, and we're gonna jump right into basically what I want to talk about, which, like I said, is hibernation. If you think about what hibernation is in its truest definition, and its truest form, and how we see it in nature, which nature is the truest defining of all things. You look at different creatures, different animals, and different parts of nature during this time, they are usually walking into hibernation or starting their hibernation. Trees are a great example for hibernation. Also, when you think of hibernation, you mostly think of things like bears and stuff like that, but trees, I think, are maybe our closest example of what good hibernation looks like for us as humans and us as our beings. A good saying for that also is as above, so below. And that is usually represented as a picture of a tree. And I like to bring that up because when you think about trees and how they hibernate, a lot of people think that trees die in the winter, but trees actually don't die in the winter. They're really hibernating, they're really going within. So even though they appear to be dead, or their leaves fall off and they just look like little sticks, actually the roots are very much alive, and they're very much resting, and they're going within and waiting for their opportunity, which is usually springtime, to start making their awakening and budding and things like that. So I wanted to preface trees and as above, so below, and hibernation in nature before I kind of got into my views for this up and coming fall. So let's get into that. So last year I had a really tough time with my seasonal depression and everything like that, and there was just so many mental blocks, and I was trying to create all these new things. I had my business jumping off, and I was trying to just conquer a lot of things, and as I usually do during the fall season, because before that I was a student, so you go back to school in the fall and things like that. And I was just very depressed during that time. I get very depressed during winter and fall. And last year I kind of had an awakening. I saw a video of someone saying people are so pressed to do all of these New Year's traditions in January, which is the winter, and they don't realize that we're going against our natural urge to hibernate and rest and be at ease and at peace. And we're trying to jumpstart all these new things, and then we wonder why they keep failing. And it's because we're starting them in the wrong time. We're supposed to follow nature's clock. And I sat with that for the rest of the winter, and I really thought about that. And I applied it late, but I really started to apply that mindset of okay, I need to sit. Maybe I need to sit. I will start referring to spring as my true new year, and I will start really jumping off on a lot of my goals in spring. And I did do that, and I think that it worked really well. I think that the blockage that I had was that I hadn't started sooner, and I hadn't prepared for fall and for winter the way that I wanted to and the way that I should have. Now I have a new opportunity to do that, and I'm actually kind of like pretty excited for it. The last couple days I've been pretty excited for it. So I want to go back to the tree analogy. When trees begin to enter into fall, what do? Their leaves begin to fall off. They want to focus all their energy into their roots and into going within so that they can survive through the winter. Essentially, the leaves are not serving them at that time. As soon as I heard that video about the true new year, I thought about what will I do in the coming fall, because last year I didn't do anything. And so I thought to myself, like, okay, if I'm thinking of nature, if I'm thinking of trees and plants and how certain things do prepare to, in a sense, die off, but really they're hibernating. And so I thought about it and I was like, well, the leaves aren't serving the tree. And so that is why the tree is letting them go, so that they can focus on their roots at this point. So now I want to get into things that I did and things that I think would be good for everyone to do this true fall, this true hibernation season. So what I started doing was in August, I started mental, and I started kind of shedding things mentally that were not serving me. I was having a lot of like kind of family drama before August, and I wanted to kind of start working on unpacking a lot of that so that I can shed that, and it's not something that my brain is going to constantly depress over throughout the winter. I wanted to kind of really work on coming to terms with some things that I needed to come to terms with in order to release those things, in order for those leaves to fall off of my tree. I also started towards the end of August, because my daughter's birthday was the end of August. So since September, and really since her birthday, I have been shedding leaves physically, so I've been running around the house. Like, first thing I did was I went through my entire closet and I got rid of a bunch of clothes. And I think I did that in August. I went through my entire closet, shoes, purses. I went through the closet, I went through the dresser, I went through every single thing. And I parted with a lot of things, and a lot of things that I kept telling myself like I couldn't get rid of, or I couldn't part with, because like I still might wear it, and we all know we're not gonna wear it. We keep telling ourselves we might wear it again someday. I might use that purse again if I really need it. I just looked at myself and I was like, girl, get rid of this. You're not gonna wear it. And so I went through every single thing, and I'm still going to do that one more time. I will go through my closet one more time now that all my winter clothes are out, and shed a little bit more. But I went through my closet and I shed some leaves there, and I released things in my closet that weren't serving me. Completely top to bottom decluttered and reorganized my entire closet. I went through my daughter's entire closet, completely decluttered and reorganized that. I went through her clothes and shoes, and I got rid of clothes and shoes that don't serve her, as well as toys that don't really serve her anymore. And so I've been unpacking the house and repacking the house in a way that feels lighter, that feels less cluttered. The space feels more open, because a lot of times all that clutter that we have in our house from the summer and all the things that we got during the summer, and once that snow comes and once you are in the house, the house feels so like a cave. It almost feels dim. There's so much. And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna declutter. I went through our entire home office, organized all the papers. Every type of paper has its own folder. It's organized, it's put away, it's placed. And that is how it shall stay until the end of winter, and hopefully until into summer, when I can do it again. And we're also looking to move in the summer, so it's really honestly helping with that as well. But the main reason why I wanted to do this the way I've been doing this is because I want to do as the trees do as nature does. I want to start dropping these leaves and releasing these things that are not serving me before I walk into my hibernation. And so I think that would be great for everyone to do. I think at first I was really overwhelmed with the task, because I had let things get to a certain point because I just didn't want to deal with it. And summer was very, rip and run. Like you're always moving. You have appointments, we have events, we have, this, that. So things begin to pile up and you just don't want to deal with it. And I just didn't want to deal with it. But I told myself, like, okay, I said I was going to approach this different this year, and that's what I'm going to do. We even have like our couch. When you pull our couches up, there is 3 big storage units under our couch, and I opened them up, and oh my goodness, they were crazy. But I literally went through and organized each and every single compartment, threw away the trash that was down there, swept and cleaned the inside. And I have a few things left to do. Like I'm gonna wash all the curtains in the house. I got new storage containers for under the bed. So everything is now organized under the bed. I'm gonna vacuum all the corners of the house. Like I'm completely preparing the house to be dormant for the winter. I'm completely preparing myself to be dormant during the winter. And it is a lot of work when this is something that you haven't done for years. And we often do this thing where we're like, oh, spring cleaning. And I feel like, yes, there is an element of spring cleaning that needs to be done, but we often misplace the shedding and cleaning that needs to be done in fall or for fall. There needs to be a fall release. We need to have a fall release period where we are releasing things that no longer serve us. We are deep cleaning and we are preparing to hibernate. We are preparing to be indoors, because during the winter, folks don't go out a whole lot. Like you go out, there's fun things to do in the winter, but it's different. You're in the house, you're cozy. Like that's the place you want to be. It's warm. You want to be there. So you want to make sure that it feels light, that the house doesn't feel heavy. And so I think at first I was overwhelmed with the process because I've not done the process quite like this ever before. And I was pretty overwhelmed. Like I was like, damn. Like I was like, first of all, there's a lot of stuff, but also like it's a tough process to work through, especially when, you know, you have a toddler. And so it's not like you're just doing your own work, but you have to also do the work for the family as well when you're a mother. And so it gets hard, you know. And I think I let that get to me rather than working with the flow of the months. I kind of let it overwhelm me a couple times, and I had to catch myself like, girl, first of all, you still have time. It's still fall and it's not winter yet. You know, you still have quite some time to get some of this stuff done. There's still a natural order to things, and you don't want to push yourself too hard. You want to still go with the natural order. It's still fall. You don't have to do all of it before fall. And so that's one thing I would say, if you haven't started yet, or if you have and you are like really, really stressing yourself out over it, it's still fall. There is still time. Okay? Be chill. So aside from your release and releasing those leaves and shedding everything around your house, even getting outside for the last couple warm days and maybe shedding a little bit of like weight, okay, because we're walking into the holidays. I've been going to the gym. I'm actually about to change my gym schedule. My husband's going to work with me with that to change my gym schedule and change my routines. Maybe shedding a little bit of that last minute weight before you gain some hibernation weight, or before you gain some holiday weight, as they say. That good old happy holiday weight. You know, maybe shed that last little pound you've been working on. Go ahead and get, you know. But aside from your release and your shedding and your getting rid of things and opening up your spaces, and cleaning up your spaces so that you can hibernate peacefully, I think another important thing to do is decide how you want to spend your hibernation. And for me, I think this is something I'm still working on. And honestly, even talking through it with you guys is probably going to help me a lot. But I think there's a couple things that I've settled on that I know for sure I would like to dig deeper into. I immediately thought, what are things that are very much me, that I don't always have time for, but that make me feel whole, that make me feel well, that give me that cozy feeling. And one thing is my art. I have tons of art and creative projects that are not done, that are in one of those couch compartments, that are just not done. And it's something that I love to do. It's something that gives me that warm, cozy, intimate feeling. I told myself, like, okay, one thing I really want to focus on during hibernation is pouring into my creativity and finishing a lot of those projects that are half done or 80-90% done. I think I'm going to really open myself up to do those things because I'll have more time to do those things. I've been slowly walking myself away from watching as much TV. And so during the day, while she's asleep, TV is off and I'm doing something. But during the summer, I would do that. But when I turn the TV off, I would go out and garden. But you can't, there's not going to be a whole lot of winter gardening for me. I'm thinking about maybe looking into that, but I think that might be too fast for me this year. For my slow down period. So I'm going to see about that. But that time that I would have been using to garden, I don't want that time to go right back into the TV. I want to find a productive way to use that time. So I figured I want this to be a really creative hibernation. I want to explore the creative side of me and kind of slow down a bit in that way. I was also thinking about maybe getting into more meditation and more yoga like I did last winter. So going inside and doing those things that feel warm and cozy to me. And another thing I was thinking about, and I told my husband about this, is like I want to kind of explore the like sensual side of me, because I find that to be a really warm side of a person, is their like sensual side. And I'm not even just talking about like sex. I'm more so referring to also just intimacy, like with yourself or with your partner. And sometimes intimacy just looks like a sweater, a book, and a candle in bed and a cup of tea. That can be intimacy for yourself. And so I want to explore my sensual, like intimate side of myself a little bit more this winter, because winter is a great time to be warm and cozy, and your sensuality is all about that. It's all about that. And in the summer, it's very fiery. But sensuality is very all about that. It's very, even the word sensual is a lot slower than the word sex or the word like touch, you know. It's all about slowing down and being a little bit more intentional with how you're doing things. So I want to explore that side of myself also, and just kind of like try new things and, you know, see how that goes. I'm very good at candle, tea, book, in bed, just reading with my sweater. Like I love that. I'm very good at that. But I'm like, maybe there's something else I can do, you know. I saw one lady doing yoga in the snow and she looked like she was having a blast, but I feel like I'd be really cold. But I'm into seeing like what else could be that for me. My husband actually got me this huge, it's like a pyramid, it's like a huge meditation candle. And you meditate as it melts. And as it melts, there's crystals inside. And you can actually get the crystals inside. So I think maybe I'll even do that a couple of days out of the week, is meditate with my candle and get the crystals, because it's just been chilling. And I think it might be time to use that. So, you know, and there's multiple sides of sensuality. You know what I'm saying? That you can explore and see what you can see, try new things. You know, my daughter's a lot older now, so I think I want to explore maybe a little bit more about where her boundaries are with learning. I think that's another thing I really want to pour into. Girl, let me go get some like special scissors and let's make little Halloween bats, and let's see if you can make it. If you can't, okay. But if you can, we're gonna have such a fun time. Like, let's see if mommy and me can make hot chocolate. Let's see if we can do something like that together. And if there is a limit to the things that she can do, then we will find that. But I would love to even try to do little things that I have fun doing during the winter with her. It would make it 1,000 times more fun. Like, absolutely, let's go make a snowman. Like, let's watch Frosty and see if we can go out and make them. and we'll go find a hat and a scarf and a carrot and like all this other stuff so we can make a snowman. Like, I just want to learn more about where she is in her development and the kind of fun things we can do. Like, obviously she's not at like candle making stage yet. I don't think she's old enough to make a candle. She's maybe old enough to put a wick in a candle and wait for it to like cool. She's really fascinated with candles though. But there's definitely a lot of new things I want to explore there, as well as like explore where she is in her developmental process when it comes to doing things that are a little more like her age level. I want to see, like, can we make hot chocolate? Maybe. It could turn out to be a mess, but it could be super fun. Like, let's see if we can make holiday cookies. Like, let's see if we can do things like that. And let's see where we're at and build from there from the years on. So that's also another thing that I want to be really, really, really intentional about this hibernation is making it fun for her. And I feel like that will be really, really dope because for me, I didn't really we just kind of chilled in the house. We just kind of chilled in the house. There wasn't very many activities that we used to do. And I think that also led to me feeling a certain type of way in the wintertime. But I want the winter to be like very whimsical for her. I want us to just do random fun stuff. And I think that will really help me a lot too. So there's that. So I would say definitely during this time, start journaling a list of just a couple things, not too many things, because like I said, it's still hibernation. We're still slowing down. We're still slowing our pace down from the summer. But maybe a couple things that are a little more slower, a little more detailed, and a little more calm, relaxing, warm, and cozy that you maybe want to focus on and that you can start planning for and start making room for in the fall. I think now entering into this space of new possibilities and of looking at it in a different and more positive light, I'm actually really excited for it. And I haven't even told my husband that yet, but I've been thinking that for the last 3 days. Like, I'm actually really excited for fall and for winter this year. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it, and I hope that everyone else is looking forward to it. There's a lot of little things that you can even continue to do during the winter that you did during the spring. Like during the spring and summer, I was really, really into studying herbal medicine because that's the time when I could walk around and actually study all of my plants and see what was out there. And I think that now in the fall, now that I have a list, I can study even further. And this is also a good time to get into making like onion syrup and things that will keep your family healthy throughout the winter. So it's not that you have to pull away from things like that you were doing in the summer. You don't have to stop doing herbal studies if you were herbal studying. It's just you can tweak it a little bit to do things that are a little more winter oriented. And so I'm going to be looking into, I already told my husband, I'm going to go through the kitchen cabinets, separate everything, label everything, and I'm going to have our teas in there. I'm going to have our ingredients in there and stuff like that. And I want that to be completely organized before I start my onion syrup. So, oh my gosh, my daughter. This is a time to begin to slow down, but it's also a time to, like I said, shed those leaves, release, protect your homes, because this is that time when the germs will try. Okay, protect your homes. There's a lot of good things you can burn in your house to try and keep the immune health up in there. Get you some orange essential oil, get you some eucalyptus essential oil, and diffuse. Okay, support that immune health. Make your onion syrup, y'all. Drink your water. Take your iron. Start taking your vitamin D. As the sun starts to kind of go away a little while during the fall and things get a little more foggy and mystical, we do also lose that sunlight a little bit. So start taking your vitamin D, Start drinking your herbs. I've been drinking my women's health tea with my kava and my nettles and stuff like that, like with honey, at least once a day, but I try to drink it twice a day. This is the time. Shed. Make some nice chill plans, nothing heavy, nothing crazy, and start to slow down. Start to drink your tea. Start to turn inward. This is a good time to work on nutrition and making a nutritional plan so that when those holidays hit, you're not just like consuming, and then by the end of the winter, you start feeling bad about yourself, and then you're trying to like make New Year's plans again. I'm gonna make another video on like the true New Year and how I see that. And I really believe that the hibernation doesn't truly end until the true New Year, which is the start of spring. So I will get into that in another video if y'all would like. But yes, everything I said, everything. Make your medicine bags and lots of protection. Change your tires. Please don't drive on these fall and winter roads with no ball tires. Please, begging you. But protect yourselves. It came to me. I need to start doing things that come to me. But it came to me the other night that I needed to start putting drops of frankincense and myrrh, essential oil in my shoes, in the soles of my shoes, my husband's shoes, and my daughter's shoes. So I think I'm gonna start doing that. So y'all might can do that too. It just came to me. I was laying in bed and I was like, I need to put frankincense and myrrh oil in our shoes so that our footsteps are protected and our footsteps are, you know what I'm saying, very spirited, very holy, you know what I mean? So maybe you can do that too. And yeah, I want to make more and more videos. That's another thing I'm gonna be really pouring into for the fall, is really coming at y'all with some more videos and some more updates on things. And I might even do like a like hibernation check-ins so y'all can see just how my hibernation is going, and maybe y'all can let me know how your hibernation is going and some things that you're planning on doing. But yes, please comment down below, like, share, and let me know what you think, what you're thinking, and what your plans might be for hibernation. What are you releasing right now? Are you still in the mental stage? Are you still releasing a lot of mental? Child, I am too, okay? I ain't gonna say I did it all in August. I'm still doing it now. Look, I'm sitting right next to my shadow work journal. So first of all, are you in the stage where you're just releasing mental? Are you going through that huge closet? I want to know what you're releasing right now. And if you are not releasing, what do you plan on releasing? Where do you plan on starting? If you're not releasing yet, where do you plan on starting? Do you plan on starting? Just let me know it all. I want to know it all. I want to know all your thoughts, what you're thinking. So yeah, like I said, I am so happy to be here with y'all. I'm happy y'all were here with me. I am super excited for hibernation, y'all. I want y'all to be excited too. I know it's really hard. Winter is a time when people need help a lot. People go through a lot during the winter. But I really think that if we can change our mindsets around it, we can do better this time around. So yeah, y'all, I will see y'all next time, and hopefully the next time comes sooner than this time. Love y'all. Peace.